This city has stories, and so do we. It's not just a podcast, it's a movement. Real stories, real people, real purpose, real purpose. Fill up a seat, get comfortable, let's talk purpose, pain, growth, and everything in between. From the heart of Atlanta to wherever you are, welcome to Stool Talk. Let's walk it out in purpose together. So today with us on Stool Talk, we're glad to have a special elite athlete, a elite talent, just a brilliance of education, just a smart, intelligent young lady. Today we will be diving and hearing her journey, amazing journey. Introduce yourself. Who do we have with us today?
I'm Naija Gadis. I'm a senior journalism and sports media major from Indianapolis, Indiana, and I play Division I volleyball at Jackson State University.
So can you share a little bit about what sparked your passion for volleyball at an early age? Did you play other sports? What was the first sport you actually played?
So the first sport I actually played was soccer, and I loved soccer. I was really good at soccer. I was a forward and also a little bit of a goalie. And as I got older, I played soccer until about 8th grade, and I had to pick between soccer and volleyball because they're in the same season once you get to high school. And so eventually I did end up choosing volleyball, but what got me started in volleyball was my older sister, Brianna. She played, of course, when she was in high school, and then she played at Savannah State University when they were Division I as well. So I got to go see her games and watch her practices, and I was always just around volleyball. And I just loved the environment. I loved how excited you get after every single point, and that really sparked my love for the game at a young age.
What do you love about volleyball? And did you feel like you had shoes to fill watching your sister, seeing how her went on there, and how she performed at an elite level? Did you feel like you had shoes to fill?
Honestly, I didn't feel like I had big shoes to fill, because I feel like when people say that, it makes it feel like there's pressure. But for me, I never felt like it was pressure on me to be a certain way in volleyball, just because my family is a sports family. I didn't just play soccer and volleyball when I was growing up. I did ice skating, I did ballet, I did tap dancing, I did gymnastics, kickball. Every sport I probably played. I played basketball. I was not good at basketball. I was always fouling out in basketball, but it's taken me out. I was a little too rough. That's why I played a non-contact sport. But yeah, I never felt like I had big shoes to fill, just because in my family we're very supportive of one another. And it was just getting to watch her. She was just kind of more of my role model. And especially because of our age gap, I feel like if we were younger, if we were closer in age, I feel like I'd be okay, the pressure's on me, I'm right next up, but we have about a 10-year age gap between us. So it was more of just her supporting me and me watching her just being a little kid running around the gym. So she was more of my role model in that sense.
Yeah, what do you love about volleyball?
I love the connections that you get to make with different girls, and I just love how it can bring everyone together. After every single point, you go into the huddle. Volleyball is one of those sports where it's if one person is off, the whole thing is off. You have to make sure that everyone's on one page, and you have to make sure that everyone is not in their head and, focused in on one goal. And I really just love the camaraderie of it. Just being able to be around your people and be happy and joyful, and you don't have to be so straight face. You can celebrate, cheer, scream, yell, because I'm a very energetic person. I'm a very outgoing person. My friends will call me hyper, but I just love being able to show my personality through volleyball, and I just love everything about it.
When did you see yourself taking off at an elite level, like really doing good, really dominating, really making your imprint in the game? When did you see that? Was it high school? Was it going into college? Was it while you were in college?
When I really started to see that I was able to play volleyball in college was, I remember the game specifically. It was so I was in eighth grade. No, I was in seventh grade because I would play up a year when I was playing club volleyball. So I would always play with the girls who are a grade above me. And I remember they were all in eighth grade and they were about to go to high school, and I was in seventh grade, and we were playing the club that I ended up going to, which is called Munciana. But at that time, I played for Team Indiana, and it was a very competitive game. And in club volleyball, it's best 2 out of 3 sets. So we were split 1-1, and my team, we had a great team when I was younger. Like one of my girls now, she plays pro for India Ignite. She played at Texas. All of them, majority of them went to play Division 1 volleyball, as well as the girls we were competing against. But I just remember that game was so competitive. And that was the first time I started to see colleges around the court. And it was like Ohio State, Texas, of course, was there watching her. It was a bunch of Big Ten schools and Power 4 schools. And so after that game, I started getting, camp invites and emails and letters saying that these schools were interested in me. I remember the first letter I got was from Ohio State, actually. And that was before the rule change where you couldn't commit until your junior year. But they were telling me that they were interested in me and they invited me to their camp. And yeah, so seventh grade is when I kind of was like, wow, I'm not just playing for fun anymore. Like I could really, do something with this.
So as you started to go through high school, you played at elite level, you get the scholarship, you go to Jackson State, correct?
Yes.
So when you went there, the first time you stepped on the floor, the court, did you see the difference, or did you feel like you belonged there? Or did it even seem like, what was the difference in your eyes from the high school game to now the college game?
The difference. I remember I was actually really nervous, and usually I don't get nervous before games like at all. Unless it's like, a big game. Like I played in 2 state championships in high school. And so, a little nervous beforehand, but the nerve from stepping onto the Division 1 court versus, a state championship or any of those is completely different. Like it was just, everything was more high level. And the girls, they're older, so they're more, they've played a lot longer than you, some of them have. And honestly, I was nervous just because I was starting too as a freshman. But my seniors really had my back, especially Alexis Williams. She actually coaches at North Carolina A&T now. She's the assistant coach, but she was like one of those seniors who knew how to calm me down. Like if I was a little nervous in a point or something, she could tell I was getting flustered. She'd just be like, relax. And she's one of those people, she's very even keel. She's calm, cool, and collected. So she was always there for me as a senior, and I really appreciated that too. But yeah, I was definitely a little nervous, and it was, the level of competition is just different. Everyone, first of all, the girls jump a lot higher. So they hit a lot harder. They're a lot stronger. So you're going to have to get stronger. You're going to have to lift more. You're going to have to be more in shape. Those things are a lot different. But once you, pick it up, and I felt like after my 18 season of club volleyball, where I was competing with a bunch of high level athletes, I felt like I was very ready to come in and play. So overall, it was really good.
Wow. And you mentioned the 2 state championships, you getting accolades, you really, seeing the hard work paid off. Was that a great moment for you, or was the moment surpassed when you scored when you got your 1,000 assists and winning the SWAC tournament? How was that? Was that the most defining moment in your career?
In my whole volleyball career?
Yeah.
Whew. I think the most defining moment, yeah, was probably not even the 1,000 assists, because that's more of my personal accolade. I would feel like winning SWAC with my team and going to the NCAA tournament and getting to play Wisconsin in the NCAA tournament on a huge stage, like I feel like that was like that was just a really defining moment in my volleyball career, because it's like I went to, Wisconsin to watch the NCAA tournament in high school. So it's like I was literally in the stands like a year or two before that. So it was just really defining, and it was all, I had all the feels, all the emotions. Like it was amazing. And I really, I really want us to get back there to be able to have that experience for my freshmen and underclassmen too. Like that's a once in a lifetime thing. So
Wow, that's amazing. Growing up in an athletic family with legacy in your family, how does your father's journey and professional experiences shape your own perspective on sports, on how to do it, and just how it looks in the manner as he did?
yeah, it definitely has a big impact. He really wanted me to play basketball, but like I told you, I was not good at basketball. I just wasn't. Like I was good on defense, I thought, until I would foul out. But he would have me working out, and he's a big businessman too. So it's like he really always wanted me to tie sports into the real world, and he just always taught me, like, if you're going to give 100% in, this sport and that sport, you got to give 100% in the classroom too. Like you have to get good grades, and you have to make sure you're on top of all your other things before you go and have fun and get to do this. So I feel like growing up, especially like, watching him get inducted into the Hall of Fame in Indiana, that was really cool. I was young, but I knew that it meant a lot for him. And then I also got to see my uncle get inducted to the same Hall of Fame. So it was really cool. Like just seeing that the impact sports has in my family. Like we are a big sports family. We're really competitive. Like if you come to any of my family reunions, like you're gonna have to be on your A game. So it's really defining, and it's really amazing that I'm able to like carry on our legacy, even though I don't have his jersey number.
Was that something that you were trying to get?
It was. It definitely was. I was number 10 until I got to high school. And number 10, a senior had number 10. So I had to pick number 6. And then when I got to Jackson State, the other setter, Karis Dove, was number 10, and she was the class right above me. So number 6 was available again. So I was like, I'm just gonna, create my own legacy with this number.
Yeah, definitely. How do you balance the high demands of being a D1 student athlete and the academic pursuits, even with media and production? How do you balance that? Because you're not just doing one thing, you're multifaceted, you're doing different things and impacting as you do it. What's the balance look like?
The balance for me, I really genuinely, like, I don't like to be bored. And so for me, like I know if I'm like sitting around, I know I have something I could be working on. So it's like for me, especially with, being a Division 1 athlete, a lot of your days are kind of scheduled out for you. Like we just got our fall schedule. Like we know when we have, 6 a.m. weights, then, 7 to 10 a.m. practice, and then a break, and then 2 to whatever practice. So it's like when you have those periods of where, nothing is scheduled, you better be getting your homework done, or you better be, doing something else. And being involved on campus as well also keeps me like focused and just a level headed, and, being around people that I love, getting to do things and being impactful is really important to me.
Yeah, definitely. And that leads me to the next question. You serve as the president of the the Student Athlete Advisory Committee in the SAAC. Tell us a little bit about that, and how did that become, and what impact are you making even doing that?
Yeah, so SAC. So the first time I heard about SAC my freshman year, I was like, what is that? And I asked my coach what it was, and he was just basically like, they're the advocates for, student athletes to the administration. They host events, yada, yada, yada. So it wasn't many events that I got to go to for SAC my freshman year. So sophomore year comes around, and there's 2 delegates from each team who have to be in SAC to represent your sport. And so I was able to be one of them, and there was a position open for a vice president. So I ran for vice president, and there was a split vote with me and a track girl. And so, I was really campaigning hard because I had also just ran for class president like my freshman year. Like I was really trying to be involved. So I was campaigning really hard and I ended up winning the tiebreak. And like my sophomore year, we got to host events, we got to go in the parade. It was just really cool. And being able to be an advocate for other student athletes and, being involved in student leadership, that was really important to me, especially being on the student athlete side of it, because not everybody gets to be able to do that. And, I love to be about my business. I want to be an attorney. So I really loved
Yeah.
it. It's really cool.
Definitely. And it seems to me that it's very important for you to be the voice of your fellow student athletes, and that's something that you take pride at. With your extensive campus involvement, what do you think the biggest challenge is for young athletes as they face when they transition to college, and how do they overcome it?
Hmm. That's a great question. That's a great question. Can you ask that one more time?
With your extensive campus involvement, what do you think the biggest challenge is for young college athletes that they face when they transition to college, and how do they overcome it?
I think time management is something that some student athletes transitioning from high school to college might struggle with. Um, because I know you're going to be tired. There's going to be long days. You might wake up early and then practice and then, other stuff. I think our advisors do a really great job of making sure that we're on top of our work. And we do have, freshmen and transfers have designated study hall hours. And people who don't maintain a certain GPA, you have to have a certain amount of study hall hours in the Tiger Center, which is a designated area for student athletes to get their work done with their advisors. So I think it's really helpful. But yeah, definitely, I think managing your time well. If you're, someone who struggles with planning things, maybe have a calendar where you just write out your schedule in advance. That's what I did my freshman year. It just really helps me, wake up and make sure that I'm on time, know what I have to do that day. But time management is definitely a big part.
Yeah. And if you were speaking to a group of middle school girls just starting their own sports journey, what is the first piece of advice you would give to them?
If I was speaking to a group of middle school girls just starting their sports journey, I would say to have fun and to make sure your grades are good because you're not gonna, make it far in sports if you're not handling your business in the classroom. And I would just say like if you're doing something and you're genuinely loving it and you're having fun, the blessings are gonna come. Like if you genuinely care about something and you genuinely, devote your time and your passion, your energy to it, things will happen on its own. Like you don't have to force things. And I just feel like because for me, I would go in, 2 hours before practice started and have a one-on-one private lesson with my coaches. Growing up, like from 11s to like 17s, I would just go in and have a private lesson with my coach just to get extra reps because I just wanted to be better. Because it's just more fun for me to be the best out there. So I just think if you're having fun and you're playing with passion and you're taking care of your grades at school, the blessings are going to come for you.
Yeah, definitely. And you have been a mental health development talk leader and involvement in peer mentorship. Why is it vital to talk about mental wellness in sports?
Yes, mental health is one of the most important things, especially for athletes. And I'm a huge advocate for it because, there was a time where I didn't want to play volleyball because of my mental health. Like I was just so caught up inside my own head where I didn't care. I didn't love the sport that I always have loved. And it was just like, for me, it wasn't even about the sport. It was just about all the other things going on. And so like I really think that when you take care of yourself and your own mental, you can, perform physically better. You can, be happier, and all those things come with mental health. So I'm a huge mental health advocate, just because, I've been there, I've struggled before. And, my sister is a therapist as well for children with autism, a clinical psychiatrist. So, or psychologist, sorry. But it's just, we really care about mental health in my family, and that's really important to me.
Yeah. What does walking in your purpose mean, and being able to be in purpose? What does that mean to you?
Walking in my purpose, to me, if I had to define walking in my purpose, I would feel like it would be defined by not, harping too much on what I want and what I think needs to happen, but letting it go and giving it to God. Because ultimately, as a Christian woman, I feel like He gets to decide. He already has it laid out. Like He already has everything planned in advance. So as long as I'm doing my part, spending time with, Jesus Christ and, doing what I need to do, taking care of the things I need to take care of. Everything is already laid out for me. So when I feel like if you're walking in your purpose, your things are going to happen, good things are going to happen to you, especially if you're being a good person to those around you as well.
Definitely. And what would you say to athletes who might not know how it looked to really engage in faith and really take faith serious? And they might not know how it looks because they feel like they're the only one, and they might be scared or ashamed. What would you tell them to lean on their faith? What would you talk to them about to let them know it's okay? You can go after God. You can be the best that you can be. How would you like display that to them? Talk to them about it, or even allow them to feel comfortable?
Yeah, I think that everyone comes to Jesus at their own time. I know coming to Jackson State, because I went to Catholic schools all my life. So I grew up Catholic, and coming to Jackson State and being in the southern area, even though Jackson State is a public school, they're not a religious school. There's so many religious people. Like I didn't know how the Southern culture gets when it comes to Christianity until I got there. And it really just made me want to walk in my own purpose. And, it really made me want to get closer to God because, if you're surrounding your people or if you're surrounding yourself with, other believers of Christ and people who believe in God, you're eventually going to want to start your own journey. And, you don't have to start off, reading your Bible 23 hours out of the day. Like, as long as you devote some time to God and, building your relationship over time, because every single relationship takes time. But I feel like, especially if you surround yourself with people who want better and, also follow Christ, it will come as long as you, devote the dedicated time to it.
Yes, and can you give words of encouragement to the youth who looking to excel at a level that you do?
Um, Words of encouragement for younger women who want to, play volleyball in college or be involved on campus. I just feel like go after it. Like why not? Literally why not? Like that's something I have to ask myself like who else? Like why not? Because it's like even if someone has something negative to say or something to say about you, it's like okay, like you're still you. You're still gonna do what you're gonna do. People are always gonna have something to say. Like everyone, anyone is gonna have something to say. But it's like you're either gonna do it or you're gonna make excuses as to why you didn't do it. And it's like just literally why not? Why not you? Like you can just put your first foot forward as long as you get your foot in the door. Like the possibilities are endless. So just go for it. Like don't hesitate. Just be confident in yourself, be confident in your skills, be confident in all the work that you've put in and just work hard because it'll pay off. You'll end up where you need to be.
Definitely. And you were the real definition of more than an athlete because you do so much and not only excel on the court and campus and life. And even, as you minister, people hear your story. Are you involved in content creating and do you put together content? How does that look and what thrives you to give you the things to post or that you may share?
Yeah, so content creating, I honestly I had a YouTube channel when I was in like third grade maybe. I was just posting funny videos. But I always loved to talk. So I think that was kind of my main thing. I love to talk. I love to make videos. I love to edit videos. Like anything regarding media, I've just always loved it for some reason. Like even my mom told me that I knew how to like, put in a Dora DVD and turn it on the TV when I was like 2. So I don't know. For some reason, I've always loved that stuff. But my freshman year, coming into Jackson State, especially with NIL being kind of really brand new. I just made a goal for myself to post a video every single day, no matter what the video was, no matter how long it was. And I ended up going from like 3,000, 5,000 followers to I got 15,000 followers in the span of like 6 months just by posting video every day. Now, I did lose some followers after I stopped posting consistently. But I don't know, just for me, it's just like, I think it's something fun to do. I think it's like, I'm going to post anyways. So it's like, why not just make a video? And if it's funny, it's funny. If it blows up, it blows up. If people like it or if people don't like it, it really doesn't matter. Like, it's my own, I get to be myself and like, I get to show my personality. And I feel like that's my favorite thing about it. And I really was never focused on like, the NIL deals part of it, like making the money from it. It was more so that just I love to post videos and I love to make content.
Yeah, definitely. What will be your goals individually and team wise this year for this season that's coming up?
Yeah, so team wise, my goals would be to win SWAC, of course. That's the overall goal: win SWAC and get to the NCAA tournament. And I really want to win in the NCAA tournament, but first you got to win SWAC. But of course, win regular season, have a great regular season, because I want 2 rings for my team. And I also just want us to feel like a family. Our quote for this year is bigger than me, because we're always playing for something bigger than ourselves. Like, we're playing to represent Jackson State University, and we're representing, young Black women in Division I volleyball. We're representing HBCUs across the board. So we're really making sure that we're bonded as one, because we're playing for more than just ourselves. But my personal goals, I really want to achieve 2,000 assists this year. That's my personal goal. And I definitely want to earn Setter of the Year for the SWAC.
Setter of the year. We chasing 2K. Let's go. We gonna get that. Yeah, we going after that. We going after that. Since you're a content creator, if you had to delete every app on your phone except 3, which ones are you keeping?
Which ones am I keeping? I'm keeping Instagram. Instagram is staying. TikTok is staying. I mean, those are really my go-to, like Instagram, TikTok, and I'll keep, I don't know, Twitter is cool, but it's like, I'll keep LinkedIn, because LinkedIn, I need those connections, that networking. I got to keep LinkedIn. Yeah. So I got to go with Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn.
Okay. You're known for your love of skincare and yoga. What is the one self-care item or ritual that you absolutely cannot travel with during volleyball season?
That I cannot travel without. I have to keep my moisturizer. I use CeraVe moisturizer. Because if my face is dry, I just feel like my whole day is messed up. I gotta keep the moisturizer.
What is the most memorable or funniest thing that happened to you while filming Contact at school?
The most memorable thing that's happened to me while filming content.
Or funny?
Or funny. Let me think. That's a good question. I have to think on that. I might need a second for that one.
Okay, we'll come back to it.
Okay.
If you could host your own talk show, what would the title be, and who would be your first guest?
Oh, yes. I actually was talking about developing one, but the title would be Let's Get Into It. My first guest, I think I got to start off with the bang. So I'm probably going to start off at Jackson State with a good football player, because, Jackson State and football, they're like this. I'm probably going to start with Nate Rambert. I think that's his last name. Nate, he's really good. Number 3 on our football team. I'm going to bring him on the podcast because he is like Jackson State in a whole. So I think I would bring him on. And he
Yeah,
can talk just like me, so we would get along.
definitely, definitely. If you traveled a lot for volleyball, what is one place you visited that you love to go back to just for a vacation or not for a tournament?
Either Las Vegas or Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I've traveled both those places for volleyball and also vacation. So I will definitely go back. I love either of those places.
Yeah, as someone living up north or from the Midwest is what we say. How have you adjusted to life in the food culture in the South? How has that been? What's one favorite dish of yours?
Mm, favorite dish. Okay, shout out Zoe's. I love Zoe's. I love their pasta, their seafood pasta. Ooh, something serious, something serious. That's my favorite dish down south. I've adjusted amazingly to the food down south. Like I promise, it's some of the best food I've ever had down there. It's different. Like it's different. I love it. I love it. I would not change it for the world.
If you had a completely free Saturday with zero athletic obligations or school commitments, how are you spending it?
Zero athletic obligations. Honestly, I'm probably binge watching a Netflix show on my couch. Or if my best friend is in town and she's free, like I'm trying to go, maybe do yoga or go like on a boat or just get outside. I like to be outside. I like to be around my friends. I want to go do something like I'll binge watch for, a few hours, but I can't binge watch all day.
What's the most thing about your personality your teammates always tease you about?
They always tease me about um probably my ADHD. Not even that they're teasing me, but it's like like they know that I'm hyper, they know that I'm energetic. So it's like and when I'm not energetic, they're like, "What's wrong with you? Are you okay?" And it's just I'm okay. Like I'm just chill right now. So they probably would tease me about my energy, my goofiness. I'm yeah, goofy, I guess that's how they would say it.
Yeah, and as we come to the end, I'm gonna ask you a series of questions. You either pick one or the other.
Okay, guys.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Early morning games or late night games?
Late night games.
On the court, a big block or a perfect set assist?
A perfect assist.
For practice, intense conditioning or long film session?
Long film session.
High energy TikTok reels or aesthetic photo editing?
High energy TikTok reels.
Traveling with a long bus ride with the team or flying to the tournament?
Flying immediately. Immediately. Immediately.
Pre-game music playlist or pre-game quiet meditation?
Pre-game music.
What's that go-to song you're using to get going, to get you turned up, to get you where you need to be?
God in Me by Mary Mary.
Yeah, let's go.
Hmm.
Hanging out with a big group or small, intimate hangout?
Small intimate hangouts.
Busy campus library or quiet corner of a coffee shop?
Busy campus library.
Exploring the city or fully rest day at home?
Exploring the city.
I knew it. Okay, game day jersey warm-ups or dressing up for a night out with the girls?
Dressing up.
Okay.
Did I misunderstand the question? Like I would rather
Yeah.
wear the
Game day, your game day jersey or warm-up or dressing up with a night out with the ladies?
Oh, like I'm playing a game or go
Yeah.
out. Oh, I'd
Yeah.
rather wear the jersey. I'd rather
Oh,
wear the jersey. I think I
okay.
misunderstood the question.
Yeah, definitely. What three words describe you?
Three words that describe me are confident, energetic, and beautiful.
Definitely. And when somebody think about you and all your legacy and your time back, when they think about you at Jackson State, what do you want them to think about?
I just want them to think about that I was more than an athlete. I was a student leader. I was a good friend. I was impactful. I was considerate of others. Like, I just want them to think about my impact, not just on the court, but outside the court, on Jackson State University as a whole.
Definitely. And before you go, we just want to tell you we're spotlighting you for all your hard work. Continue to be great. We're gonna try to come see you play this season, get some content. Of you and the team. Keep doing amazing things. We chasing 2K.
Yes.
You know what the goal is. You have everything inside you that you need to be great. So continue to trust God, have faith, and know that you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. So go be amazing and be great.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It was a great time to be here.
Yeah, we definitely gonna do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Naija Gadis.
Thank you.